You act surprised when a man cheats. You're stupid. He'll be like, with who? Then let him keep telling you. Okay, don't get mad, because if you get mad, they're gonna be like, if you don't get super mad, they think you're cheating too. And this makes them even more angry. So this is what you do. So if they say, I cheated, be like, oh, with who? Where'd you meet them? Well, guess you gotta go get all the stuff done. I'm not gonna be sleeping with you for a while. And sorry you had to cheat. But I'm late. I gotta go. So what we gonna do? You staying? You going with her? What's the deal? I got stuff to do. Are you gonna leave me? I don't know how to think about that. Always leave it as I have to think about it. That way they'll be on their best behavior, trying to buy you stuff, be nice to you, give you money if you're in the think about it stage. And if you're not overreacting, they get scared. Then they start calling you all the time. You okay? They think you're gonna go cheat. So you're gonna get twice the attention, gifts, and more. And you can cheat if you want to, because I mean, what are they gonna do? Just don't let them find out.
Hey ladies, I'm back with another video, and the topic of this video is regarding what to do when you find out your man is cheating. Now, this video was inspired by a conversation I recently participated in on another content creators live chat. So shout out to Marlene, by the way. But the subject of cheating and why it should or should not be a deal breaker in a relationship came up, and I thought it was a really interesting conversation, and I wanted to share my perspective on it, as well as a few other lovely ladies from the Clock app. So I'm going to get into a few stitches first, and then I'm going to come back with some of my thoughts on this. So stay tuned.
This is the number one thing to do if you find out that your man is cheating on you. And you can do this even if you want to remain in the relationship or if you want to leave. Instead of sitting there and crying like, hey, baby, oh my gosh, at me. You are going to boss up and collect money from him. Yes. So while you are sitting there crying, the other lady that is cheating on you with or that he cheated on you with is busy enjoying his money, especially if it's loaded up. So while you're crying, you're leaving empty-handed. Say, I leave everything for him. I leave everything for God. Karma will come. Karma doesn't work. So you have to collect your karma. Collect money from him. Even if you're leaving, you will just find your way. I made a video on how to collect money from men, how to ask men for money. So you can go ahead and watch that. If you want me to make the video again in a recent 2023 terms, I will. But girl, you have to collect guilt money from him. Guilt him. Make him feel bad, guilt trip him, ask him to do things for you. Okay, baby, now you've cheated on me. You've made me feel so bad. I feel so bad now. Well, this is what I want. I want to buy a new wig. I want to buy a new this. I want to get this. Make him feel so bad and collect money from him, especially if you know he's loaded. He will not say no because he knows at that point that he has done bad. So even if you still decide to stay in the relationship, that's your own problem. Or if you want to leave, but you know that before you are leaving, you're collecting your money. Make sure you ask for something that you've always wanted, according to his pockets. Of course, you know how much he has, you know what he can afford. If your boyfriend is someone that doesn't have money like that, you shouldn't go and be asking him to get you an Hermes bag. So you know what he can afford, you know what he can get you. Collect from him. If you want to stay, that is your problem. But if you want to leave, so at the end of the day, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
My husband cheated on me when I was 6 months pregnant. You can imagine the pain, the shock, the confusion. It's a shock. And then what did you do? You are baby on the way, you guys have a house together, and you're married. And so that's when you think strategically, right? I have always been smart that way. Like cases like where you are married, you're stuck in a situation and he does something so horrible to you, is wait and start planning, right? The first thing you have to take into account is that once the guy cheats, it's an open relationship. That means that you don't have to ask for permission to do anything or to go out on dates, right? In this case, I was pregnant, so I had to wait. And then that was a horrible year because when it was time for the baby to come, it was a stillbirth, so there was no baby. And I still didn't leave him because I was planning strategically. the best way to get out. And so, but what I did do was I stopped making his little sandwiches. I stopped caring about the house. I said, hire a maid. And all that energy that I was putting into the marriage, I withdrew and I put it on myself. I became super hot. I went to the gym. I had a liposuction done. I became really selfish. And I started dating. And so I started an affair with my boss. The affair with my boss was amazing. Like, imagine having something new and the novelty of living an affair, like the passion. And so I understood what his position was when he cheated on me, because like I was missing out. He was living his life. I was missing out. And my boss was flying me everywhere, dining and whining me like I was living the life. And so then I had to experience seeing my ex-husband, because now is my ex, sad and crying and depressed. And, it's fine to do things until the same thing is done to you, and then you don't like it so much, right? But then the worst thing that a woman can do is become a victim. Or be begging that he doesn't do it again, or being checking his phone and become obsessive about what he's doing, where he's at, checking. Oh my gosh, that is such a waste of your time and your energy. And then I was able to climb the ladder because of my grief. I mean, like, life just opened up for me when I did that move, like when I started dating my boss. When you realize that you are missing living your life just because you are in love with a man who is not even, he's incapable of like loyalty and faithfulness. And then you're like, no, fuck no. I don't want to get married. I don't want to be cleaning houses or cooking for someone that is not even going to like watch my back.
Let's talk about what to do if you get cheated on. First things first, please understand that they did not cheat on you because of you. They cheated on you because they're cheaters at heart. It genuinely doesn't matter who you are or what you look like. If they wanted to cheat, they were going to cheat because they're insecure as fuck. Now that we got that cleared up, first thing you're going to do is leave. Fucking dump his ass. Cheaters do not change. They will do it again, even if they swear to you they won't. And you staying with them shows that they can get away with it. I can legitimately guarantee that you can find so much better than him. Once you leave him, you're not gonna do any sort of weird revenge tactics or be petty. Instead, what you're gonna do is you're gonna boss the fuck up. He cheated on you because he was insecure with himself. Think about how much more insecure he's gonna be with himself when he realizes that you're this new, like, badass bitch version of yourself. Now, what I mean by boss the fuck up is spend so much time working on yourself and bettering yourself as a person. Pursue your dream career, go to the gym more, hang out with your friends, go outside, work on yourself. Not only is that gonna be a fuck you to him, but it's gonna make you get over him. Now, when it comes to dating again, don't rush back into anything too soon. Before you know it, a guy that actually treats you right is gonna come into your life. By that time, you'll have been moved on from your crusty ass ex. You moving on and leveling up, having a better life, a better man, is the best fucking revenge of all. He's damn well gonna know what he lost, and he's gonna be thinking about that every day for the rest of his fucking life. Just know, if you're going through it right now, I promise it will get easier. Anyways, this is the final makeup look. Love you guys.
All right, so you all heard the variety of responses there of the best way to react to your partner cheating. Now, personally, I am not someone that condones cheating. I do believe in monogamy. However, I do think the quote unquote rules of what is considered cheating should vary based on your actual relationship status. So, for example, if you're in a boyfriend-girlfriend type relationship, I don't consider it cheating per se, because neither of you are like legally bound to one another. You know, you can both technically leave at any time. However, if you're married to the individual, there is a lot more at stake in terms of money, assets, and then if you factor in children, splitting of the kids up. So the way I see it, unless your boyfriend is loaded and very generous, like funding your lifestyle 100% in every way, unless your boyfriend has it like that, I think if you catch him cheating, then it's just best to leave him, because like what would be the point of staying? But if he is funding your lifestyle in each and every way, I won't say that you should like forgive easily, but maybe just recategorize him and your relationship as him just kind of being like a sponsor or a sugar daddy type, because as one of the previous ladies noted, as soon as your significant other cheats on you, your relationship automatically becomes an open relationship. And that's for the both of you, right? Like, it's like I was saying in a previous video, regardless of whether or not women realize this, when they're with their partner and their partner cheats on them and they stay with them, they are officially entering into a polygamous relationship, like whether they realize it or not, right? So I personally think that once it no longer becomes a traditional monogamous relationship and it becomes open, if you're now choosing to stay solely for financial benefits, you're also accepting that he's opened the relationship for you both. So that now means that you can have him as your sponsor, you can have another man as your sponsor. Like, it's just a free for all at that point, right? Now, if you're married, and again, I think it comes down to finances, because if you're the breadwinner in a marriage, your best bet is to just leave before he winds up getting somebody pregnant. And next thing you know, you're helping out with the child support payments for another woman's child, and then it just gets very messy. But if your husband is wealthy or has considerably more than you do, I do agree that it's better to confront the issue with an unbothered but strategic attitude, like Shira stated, because I think the most important thing overall, and this is just in general, like boyfriend or husband, I think the most important thing once you find out is to remain calm, be logical, and approach things from a place of strategy and not emotion. And I love how the woman who said she was pregnant at the time when she found out her partner was cheating, she mentioned how she immediately went into planning mode and she started putting money away, and she stopped doing little things like taking care of the home, which forced him to like get a maid because she stopped cooking and cleaning up. And all of the energy that she was originally pouring into like the household and him, she started pouring it into herself. She got into the gym, she got into shape, she even got plastic surgery done. And she basically just glowed up on him so much that she started dating a man with a lot more money. And yeah, like I just love how she explained her whole approach to it. And I really think that's like the ideal reaction you should have, especially if you're married to this individual. And then you find out something like that is occurring. And I love how she also said that the worst thing you can do after finding out is to become a victim and just to completely fall apart. Because ladies, that is the expectation a lot of these males have, is that you will just shatter to pieces after finding out that they've cheated or stepped out on you or there's this other woman. You know, the expectation for them is that you're going to become a mess. So to do the opposite, to act unbothered, to start charging them even more, like to actually end up withdrawing your energy completely and glowing up to the point that you are now exploring your other options. To me, that is the ultimate get back, because at the end of the day, once a cheater, always a cheater. So instead of getting mad or crying or upset, I say just play it cool and get even on your own terms. So but that's just my perspective on it. Now, I am going to leave off with a final clip to give this discussion overall a bit more balanced perspective. But I also want to know you all's thoughts on this as well. If you've been listening so far, just curious to know, have you all ever been cheated on? And what was your reaction in that moment? And what do you think, in retrospect, is the best reaction to cheating or finding out that your partner cheated on you? So would you leave or stay and torture them? Let me know. And until next time, I'll see y'all soon.
How to recover from cheating in a relationship. Because let's be real, a lot of women are going through this, but we're talking to our friends behind the scenes. No, baby, let's talk to each other. So the first thing to address, and I'm so sorry, if you are not in an official boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, he's not cheating on you. Because a lot of men will give women the title of exclusive to keep them quiet. It means nothing, because them same men will turn around and say to you, but you're not my girlfriend. So understand that unless you are girlfriend and he is boyfriend, he is not cheating on you. He is exercising his rights as a single man. If you don't believe me, go and ask him if he's your boyfriend. I'll wait. Okay, you're back. Let's get into it. Now, as part of this, there are two things that we need to define. One is cheating and one is disrespect. Cheating is physical intimacy. Kissing, sexual intimacy, sex, all of that, to me, falls under cheating. There is also disrespect. And that is basically anything that you wouldn't do in front of your partner or that you do deliberately without your partner's knowledge, such as things like talking to other people of the same gender as your partner, liking, commenting posts, having conversations, meeting up with other people, etc., 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 including exes. Now, while cheating and disrespect are two different things, I would handle them much the same way. The first thing we're going to say is if a man cheats, you should leave. However, I understand most women are not going to do that. Like, even myself, I've been cheated on and I haven't left. Like, let's be really real. Most women, in the first instance, if their man cheats, they're not going to leave. So let's talk about it for real, for real. What you need to ensure is that a man is remorseful, A, and not only feels remorseful, but shows his remorse through his actions over a continuous period of time consistently. So how do you get there? The first thing I would say is to communicate around the cheating or the disrespect. Communicate what happened, why you didn't like it, what you think needs to be avoided so it doesn't happen again, and get his or her understanding, and make sure they understand where you're coming from, and make sure they understand where they went wrong. Make sure you also explain why it was hurtful to you, why you won't tolerate it, and what is going to happen if it occurs again. Communicate your expectations going forward in terms of behavior to avoid that kind of cheating, disrespectful behavior. And make sure you are vigilant in watching that this behavior changes. Because what happens with a lot of women is they have this conversation and then they don't say anything or they don't watch it. And also men are very cheeky, or cheaters, let me just say, not just men. And what they will do is once the immediate explosion has died down, they kind of try to go back to normal. Come back here. You need to be on your best and consistent behavior if this has been addressed with you. You don't just get to forget about it and expect the other person to forget about it, because this is what a lot of cheaters do. They feel like, but we addressed it. I said I wasn't doing it again. I said I'm sorry and that's fine. Nope. You need to show consistently through your words and your actions that your behavior has changed and that you are remorseful. You don't get to be sorry on Thursday and then a crackhead next Wednesday. It doesn't work like that. For you, as the person that has been disrespected or cheated on, you need to take time to heal. I think for a lot of people, the emotions of going through something like that are so heightened, and then you go through it in the heightened emotions, and then once it's done, you kind of feel like you have to get over it. No. What you have to do is heal. And that means, first of all, you can't heal unless your partner who has kind of caused the offense is working with you to make sure you heal, and that's through the change behavior. But you also need to be actively trying to heal, and you can't keep exploding, because that's what we want to do sometimes. And you can talk about it and you can address it, but you can't also make the person who has cheated, disrespected, especially if they're showing that they want to change, keep feeling bad, keep bringing it up, because at the end of the day, there's also going to be a time where they think, what's the point of trying, because I'm never going to escape this thing or get away from it. So you as a person need to work really hard on healing. In all honesty, there's no point continuing to date that person if months later you're going to be angry, upset, because the relationship will never be peaceful, and you need that peace to start to grow and rebuild. One thing we don't want to hear sometimes: be ready to leave if that person is not delivering what they have promised. Because a lot of people are serial cheaters, and the way they're able to be serial cheaters is it happens, they apologize, and they go back to normal. You have to understand that if someone is showing you who they are and they consistently carry on being that person, at some point the onus is on you to step away from the situation. You can't keep crying, screaming, sobbing at someone for being who they've showed you exactly who they are. Like, that's who they are, and it's now for you to decide whether you're willing to put up with that and leave, or leave. And just to add on to that, listen, baby, if that man keeps cheating on you, good luck to you. And that man keeps cheating on you and you keep taking it back, it's never going to change. He's never going to change. He's going to cheat on you forever, because he knows you ain't gonna do Never ever be letting these men cheat on you consistently, because you just become a nothing to them. You're like a door. You're just there. Fit for purpose. They use you for what they want to use you for, but do they respect you? Heck no. And remember what I said: a man cannot love a woman he does not respect. So what will happen to a lot of women, sorry, this has gone on to women, but invert if you're a man. Guys, please stop coming in my comments talking about, what about the men? Women do this too. I know, just invert. So anyway, a man cannot love you if he doesn't respect you. And what happens with these men who consistently cheat on these women is their respect for them goes down and down and down and down. And then eventually what happens a lot of time is they end up leaving the woman for a woman that would not tolerate what their first woman was putting up with. So also understand that being loyal and forgiving and good, baby, they say nice guys finish last. Nice women finish lastest. I just made that up. And with nice women, finish lastest. You have to be firm with men. That's the only language they understand. I mean, you can be nice to them when they're behaving, but if they're not behaving... Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. Oh, wait, hold on. My girls wanted you to show me this bracelet. They were like, have you shown your bracelet to your fans? It says with love bets. Look how they spelled with. Love them. Okay, so you guys are my fans, and I showed you the bracelet. So make sure you told them you saw it. Okay, love you guys. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.